This is the convening of the Cottonwood Mayor and City Council of the City of Cottonwood for presentation of proclamations, awards, and introduction of new city employees to be held at 5:30 p.m. at the Council Chambers building. And we have a proclamation to read to you this evening. It is proclaiming March 31, 2018 as Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans Day. Whereas the Vietnam War was fought in the Republic of South Vietnam from 1961 to 1975 and involved North Vietnamese regular forces and Viet Cong guerrilla forces in armed conflict with United States Armed Forces and the Army of the Republic of Vietnam. And whereas by the end of 1965 there were 80,000 United States troops in Vietnam, and by 1969 a peak of approximately 543,000 troops was reached. And whereas it is time for all of us, in the spirit of pride and gratitude, to recall the heroic accomplishments of the 58,195 servicemen and women whose names are listed on the Vietnam Memorial Wall. And whereas we also wish to recognize the 623 men and women from the great state of Arizona who gave the ultimate sacrifice and thank them for their unselfish devotion to duty. And whereas on March 30th, 1973, the United States Armed Forces completed the withdrawal of combat units and combat support units from South Vietnam. Whereas since 2012, the cities and towns of the Verde Valley have worked cooperatively with numerous organizations to partner on an annual Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans event. And whereas the 2018 Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans event will take place on Saturday, April 1, 2017. Now therefore, I, Tim Alinsky, Mayor of the City of Cottonwood, Arizona, do hereby proclaim March 31, 2018 as Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans Day in Cottonwood, Arizona, and call upon all citizens to honor and recognize contribution of veterans who served in the United States Armed Forces in Vietnam during war and during peace, and to encourage the people of Cottonwood to observe Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans Day with appropriate ceremonies and activities that A, provide the appreciation Vietnam War veterans deserve but did not receive upon returning home from the war, and B, demonstrate the resolve that never again shall the nation disregard and denigrate a generation of veterans. Are you folks here tonight to accept this proclamation?
Yes, sir.
You were here last year and I forgot your name and I'm very sorry.
I forget it quite often myself.
That makes me feel better.
Bill Gay.
Bill, thanks for being here tonight. Would you care to share anything? Please speak.
I would, if I could. I'd like to thank the council and the mayor and city of Cottonwood for their continued support of Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans Day. It's a special honor to be involved in this. It's a special honor to have come home. You know, we have 58,000 plus that didn't make it back. And it's great to have such an organization, such a city as Cottonwood to help us recognize this on a continuing basis. Just on the light side, if you show up on April 1st for the get-together, we have a nice, large church service going on in a football field at Camp Verde High School. Come and see us on the 31st of March, and we'll treat you to a good time. Thank you. And my wife Vicki has a token of our appreciation, limited edition.
One for just about everybody. If you don't have enough, I can get one Saturday, because I will be there. Okay. Because I will be there. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you again for your continued support.
Would you care to join us for a photo?
Please.
Hi, Vicki.
Sure.
You.
Thanks for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, up next we have a presentation. This is a plaque of appreciation to the Verde Independent for 70 years of service to the public. We have Pam Miller here. Why don't you come up and join us, Pam? Thank you for being here. This is in recognition of 70 years of keeping the Verde Valley informed. The City of Cottonwood would like to recognize the Verde Independent News Organization for your commitment to independent, reasonable, responsible, reliable, and respectful journalism. From February 14, 1948 to February 14, 2018. Very impressive. Thank you. You want us to sneak back and get?
Yes.
Yeah, come on.
I can't imagine a better place to be a publisher of a newspaper, and I can't imagine a better staff to work for. So, all right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we have awards next. We have Healthy Arizona Worksite Silver Award and update regarding the city's 100-day employee health challenge, at which I'm failing.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. In February 2018, the City of Cottonwood was recognized as a Silver Award recipient for the Healthy Arizona Worksites. It's our third year in a row getting the Silver Award, and in 2015 we were given the Copper Award, so we're making progress slowly but surely. To receive this award, we do a few important things. Fill out a CDC scorecard. It's essentially a needs assessment, which kind of gives us an overview of where we are as an organization, how healthy we are in certain areas, and how we might need to improve in others. For example, this year we were given a low score for signs and symptoms of a heart attack and stroke. So recently we gave out some flyers to all of our wellness team staff to post at various locations throughout the community and give not only city staff but City of Cottonwood people as well some information as far as what the signs and symptoms of strokes and heart attacks are. Next, we also come up with goals and kind of a game plan for how to attack those goals. We wanted to reduce weight, blood pressure, and cholesterol of City of Cottonwood employee staff. One of the things we did to do that was we set up free health screenings at the library, so we kind of know we measure what we manage, or we manage what we measure. We also want to support tobacco users who want to quit using tobacco, so the wellness team was able to set up baskets for tobacco cessation. We gave out to each department a basket of alternatives to tobacco. Apparently those went very quickly, and hopefully were effective. We know that we're doing something right, and we do an annual employee survey. In the 2017 survey, 5 City of Cottonwood staff indicated that they had quit using tobacco within the previous year, which, as we all are very aware, that tobacco is incredibly unhealthy and ends up being very costly. So to get 5 employees to end up quitting in 1 year was pretty significant. This year, we're really, the emphasis is on the 100-day employee challenge. We've had some support from all of our departments to try to create a challenge that is worthy of doing and also achievable for most everyone to try to participate. We had 8 teams register this year, small groups of 3 to help hopefully improve accountability. The idea is that we interact with one another and be able to talk about some of the improvements that we're making. Really small, sustainable changes is what we're working on. The idea is not to try to lose 100 pounds in a year. The idea is to try to create healthy habits that are sustainable, that will be carried with you. And in final, I have a really good example. As we'll find out here shortly, I recently moved to the library, and one of our employees there is not participating in the 100-day challenge this year, but did it last year, and continues to walk 30 minutes nearly every single day, and credits that to an improved motivation, improved attitude, and just improved overall outlook on life. So though she didn't participate this year, we're getting lasting effects from the challenge. So really proud of it, and hopefully that's something that we can continue to do. Thank you.
And Mayor, if I could just add my thanks to Ryan, because he's been the guy who's pushed this program, and I'm a big supporter of it. I believe in a healthy workforce because I think that pays dividends in terms of our productivity, and Ryan has led the way for us. So thank you, Ryan. You've done a great job.
And Ryan has stolen my agenda, so I'm going to go blind here. We have a communications specialist who isn't here this evening, so we're going to go ahead and skip that and move on to introduction of the other new employee, Ryan Bigelow. Not hardly new to the organization, but new in his current role. Mr. Faust?
Well, I don't think that this young man is any stranger to anybody. It's just nice to be here and be able to present Ryan, and it's my pleasure to do so as well as my honor. And you know, we as Cottonwood employees and managers, we strive for trying to do a lot of succession planning, and we try to implement that. We just don't realize at time periods where an employee has maybe an idea or a thought or even an inkling of going to a different department. And so with that, it was rather interesting when I knew that Ryan was going to apply for the library manager position. On January 17, 2018, going through a rigorous, it was really a rigorous process on an interview process. There were 15 candidates that applied for the library manager position, which showed an incredible lineup of highly talented and highly educated individuals from throughout the state of Arizona. And Karen can attest as well, as because Karen was part of that interview process. A total of 7 individuals out of that group were then highly qualified. They were selected and moved through the interview stage, which there was an interview process for each one of those candidates for giving a 15-minute or 15 to 20-minute presentation. How long was it, Ryan? It was 15. You actually understand that that was 15, or?
Yeah, I went 13 minutes.
Oh, you did? Okay. Okay. And so 15 minutes, and then they move forward into another section of the interview process with an additional 4 people. So with that, I'd like to identify the new library manager. Ryan, congratulations, because Ryan actually went way above everybody else. I think you actually scored about 35 points higher than any other candidate in that qualification realm. So again, congratulations, and thank you again for applying.
So I'm really excited about this opportunity. I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again, that it's a completely different world, but it's something that it was easy to get excited about, and I'm really happy I took it. I don't know exactly how we're doing yet. It's only been a month, but I do know that I'm excited about a few specific things. I'm really excited about working with the schools. I've already started some conversations with some of our schools. We have a unique position as far as location. Geographically, we're right next to some schools, so really excited about working with them. Getting to know the staff. We obviously have a very competent staff because they haven't had a great leader the last month or so, so they're doing a great job. And I think it's a really unique opportunity to be in libraries in general. I think many of the folks that I talked to prior to taking the position were a little bit surprised that I took the position, because their thought was, well, where are libraries going to be in 5 to 10 years? I think libraries are in a very unique spot, and we get to be a part of that. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get to know the community, use my resources that I have from Parks and Rec, and be able to use those networks and bring them to the library. So thank you all for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Mayor, if I could just add too, I think Ryan is a great example of some of the young talent we have coming up in the organization. People who have strived to get their education, to get involved in the community, to kind of expand their horizons. And, you know, again, Ryan is one of them. And I think, again, we have several others that are going to be stepping up here into real leadership positions in the next few years. So it's gratifying to see.
Very good. Okay, folks, that ends it for our pre-meeting, so we're going to meet at 6 o'clock sharp. So stick around. Thanks.